Yep.
Just gonna make sure it's on the YouTube channel before I say anything. Oh,
That
there we
would
go.
be helpful.
Yeah, it's starting. Oh my god. It's starting. Now I will be quiet. Bye.
Okay.
All right. I guess we're all live.
Mhm.
Okay, let's. All right. All right.
Yes.
So welcome to Horizons Podcast. I am your host, Habit, with AK, Jamie, and Loki. So how are y'all doing tonight?
I'm alright. Pretty chill. It's kind of cold
Yeah, I'm
outside
good
though,
too.
so I have on a blanket.
I
Yeah,
am sick.
yeah, I'm good too.
Ew. Yeah, feel better, bro.
You know?
Yeah.
Or
Anyway,
so all
Thank
right.
you so much.
you're welcome.
So in this
Anyway,
episode, we will be talking about animated TV shows like Star Wars: The Clone Wars, Tom and Jerry, Scooby Doo, and so on and so forth. But we'll mainly be talking about Gravity Falls and Star Wars.
okay.
All right, so let's get into it. What do you guys think of Star Wars: The Clone Wars?
Well, me personally, I really liked it. You know, like as a kid, like when I was younger, well, not really as a kid, like maybe like around like 12, 13, I really liked the show. I still like the show. I watch it sometimes. Um, like the first and second season were pretty good, I feel like, but I think the animation could have been a little bit smoother, but it's whatever, you know. Like the storyline's there. It's great. Like
Yeah,
I forget what season it was, but like the second invasion of Geonosis was like really interesting to me.
I think it
How like
was
there
season
how the
1 to 3, maybe. If I'm not
yeah,
mistaken.
it was in one of those. Like where they had like the zombie worm things. I found that really
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah, I like that plotline.
And like further on in like the seasons, like we saw like a first like glimpse of the programming in the clones' heads, like Order 66, where one of the clones shot a Jedi, and then it became this whole thing that like span on to like 2 or 3 episodes, I think. I'm not sure. Uh, it has been like a little while since I have seen it, so yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's a good show overall. Like one of my favorite parts of it is when they were like, well, Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Ahsoka. I would hope people understand who those people are. If they haven't seen Star Wars, they are Star Wars characters.
I know what.
Anakin Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Ahsoka Tano. Those are like main Star Wars characters in that series. Just letting you know that right now. So, like one of my favorite parts about it was when they got transported to like this like dimension, I think. I don't know. Anyway, where they met like three like
Hello.
godlike entities and like they I forget exactly what happened in the series, but I know that there was a father, a son, and a daughter. The daughter was connected to the light side of the force. The son was connected to the dark side of the force, and the father was the one that kept them in balance, kept them from like going at each other. And you know, like how Anakin is a chosen one, right? Like this is where
Yeah.
it gets good. He was able to stop them from fighting. This man literally brought them to their knees. That's how strong he is.
I can
And he
feel like
wasn't
I need
even
to
Darth
check
Vader. He
this
wasn't
video.
even Darth Vader. That just shows how much stronger Anakin is than Darth Vader. I will say Darth Vader is my favorite character, so fight me on that.
Anakin is always Darth Vader.
Yeah, it's kind of always been there. He always has like his angry side. Like they don't really
Yeah.
explicitly say that, but like it's kind of obvious to everyone who's watching that he gets angry. You know?
Alright.
Yeah. But
Alright. So,
anyway, that was like my favorite scene of like the whole series. Apart from in season 7, Darth Maul versus Ahsoka Tano fight scene on like Mandalore. And if you haven't seen that season, go watch it. It's amazing. The animation, perfect. I love it.
alright. Here is my opinion on it. I've watched up until like season 4 or kind of like halfway through season 4. I'm not 100% sure because I don't remember off the top of my head where I stopped. But I do like a lot of the storylines. Like all of the storylines for this show was beautifully made. All of the animations, even though I think it's because it was like made old and it feels like it's very like what's not like normal animations
Yeah,
nowadays look like
they had older like computer animated uh things.
visuals,
Yeah, like
and like polygons and stuff.
yeah, like 3D animations were different back then than they are now, which was pretty
Yeah,
good. I liked the style, but I like the new one even better.
yeah. It's always fun to just watch a Star Wars anything because I've loved
Yeah,
Star Wars since I love Star Wars for like years now.
yeah, I loved it since I first like saw like the first movie, which
Yes.
was A New Hope, by the way. That was the first movie, even though it said episode 4. That was the
Yeah.
first one of the whole trilogy that was made.
Yes. Anyway, so basically, but my favorite like plot lines I've always liked the plot lines of the like I think what was it Alpha Team with Fives and Gunner and I don't remember who else.
Who?
Like the one of the teams like the ones that were doing the test and I think what was in 99 gave them like advice on what not on what like to stick together as a team and stuff like that. If I remember correctly. It was
Clone
like I
Force 99?
I don't remember. It was like one of the Clone Force exactly. I don't remember their names because I
Oh, they
never
got
focused.
into the 501st. I know that. Like it was those one clones where their like friend
Yeah.
was like clone number 99, right?
Yes. Yeah. That
Yeah,
those.
yeah. I remember that. I remember those guys. Fives is a
Yeah.
good guy. And then
Yeah. I
Jesse.
liked.
Jesse.
I think like my one of my actual favorite character is 99 because even though
Oh yeah.
he
Yeah, he sacrificed himself, but he's a goat in my book.
yeah he's like OP as hell.
Yeah, and he's like so nice.
Also, like I feel like Star Wars, the Clone Wars showed a side of Anakin, like his descent into being from Anakin to Darth Vader. Like
Yeah, the point was to show the like in between the movies, like what was happening. I'm pretty sure, like
and it
during the
showed like an
time of the Clone Wars.
yeah, it showed like an aside to Anakin that I don't think most movies picked up on, like until after I think
Mm,
like after the third episode, or actually not third
yeah,
episode, second episode,
yeah.
and that was my opinion. Does anyone have anything else to add on the topic of Star Wars: The Clone Wars before we move on?
Yeah, I felt like Count Dooku or Grievous should have died like a long time ago in that series. Like they had like multiple opportunities to like just be killed, but they weren't. Or like were
Yeah,
very close and then just got saved by some like random like reason. I forget what that reason was, but it happened.
yeah,
I just feel like they should have died sooner.
I feel like they dragged
They
out
wouldn't be
Count
in the
Dooku's
movie.
storyline.
Yeah.
Right. Anyone else have anything to add? Loki. Anyone from the audience have anything to add?
I felt like the parts that they had with like Maul coming back were like I think it was pretty cool. Like I kind of like when I saw the movie where he got cut in half, like what was it? The Phantom Menace, yeah. when he like fell down. I kind of had a feeling that he probably shouldn't have died there, and I was glad to see that he didn't die because he was in the series. And then he was in Han Solo at the end of Han Solo, which was like the most hype I got for that part of the movie. Sorry, I just went on a
Yeah.
little Star Wars rant there.
All right, that's fine. All right. So I guess we can move on to let's talk more about our other animated TV shows. Like let's talk of Tom and Jerry, Scooby Doo, Family Guy, and Simpsons. So let's start off with Family Guy, I guess.
Okay. I don't really have an opinion on it because I haven't really watched like any of it. So someone else take this bit.
Yeah, I haven't watched. Uh, I haven't watched this, like Family Guy in a while, but I have seen like many clips on YouTube. It feels like it's a very fun TV show
Yeah,
to like watch. It also it's like kind of similar to The Simpsons.
yeah. And I
Yeah,
feel
it
like
is.
didn't they have like a crossover episode?
Sorry?
Think
Yeah, they did actually. They
actually, yeah.
had,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was gonna say I remembered seeing that somewhere.
Yeah, I did actually watch that episode. It was nice, yeah. We could
That's
talk
good.
about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Mm. Yeah, I don't know what to say now. Um, it was just the episode was like, I don't know. The Simpsons were like, oh no, the Family Guy family, like Family Griffin, the Griffin family, was,
You mean Peter
I don't know
Griffin?
how that happened, but they just they somehow ended up in, yeah, the city where the Simpsons lived, and they, I don't know, they kind of became friends, and some stuff happened. I don't know if you guys saw the episode though. I don't know what to say about it.
I I've seen a few
I,
bits of like
I
Simpsons so
I've
far.
only
Maybe.
seen bits. I haven't seen the entire thing, so no.
Yeah. All
Funny
right.
bits, but yeah. I will say Stewie is like too smart for like what, a 3-year-old?
Yeah,
Yes.
Stu is a mastermind, you could say.
Yeah. I always like. I think my favorite scene of all time that I always see like on my like for you page on YouTube, TikTok, or whatever is when is Stewie with a sniper rifle and he shoots a woman that was about to kill Lois, and he's like, "No one kills this woman except for me."
Oh my god. Yeah, Stewie is like he's he's very smart, you could say. Um,
A
because
prodigy.
it's good that he can talk, but it's like the only one that can hear or understand him when he's talking
It's
like
Brian.
is Brian, the dog.
Well,
So
yeah,
Yeah,
because it's a dog. No one can understand a dog.
yeah,
I've
and
always
well,
like.
the same thing is with Stewie.
I
They're
think
on the
I've
same wavelength.
watching like Family Guy. I've always wondered why Stewie can talk, and I've always wondered if like I've always wondered like if anyone from the family can actually like hear Stewie
Yeah, the
speak at
dog.
any point, other than like Brian,
Yeah,
of course. Other than Brian, wondered like
Brian.
Lois and Peter and Chris can hear him at any point,
Mm,
or Chris and Maggie,
yeah,
of course.
only Brian.
Chris
Ah,
Hemsworth.
Mm,
Chris Hemsworth.
mm, mm. Well, I don't know what to say now. Wait, so you didn't like watch it or
No, I
like
didn't really watch it. I saw like bits of like a few episodes, but that was it.
oh yeah. So I don't know what to tell you guys then. Um, you guys, so you know the family, right? Like
Yeah,
Meg, Chris, Peter.
yeah. I know the
Okay.
dynamics. That's about it.
Mag? No, Mag, yeah.
Mm.
The one they bully.
And then
Um,
the crippled guy in the wheelchair is the guy who voices Kronk from Emperor's New Groove.
Mhm.
hmm? Wheelchair guy?
Yeah, the wheelchair guy.
Oh yeah, yeah, that one. I remember. Yeah, that's. I mean, it's not in the Griffin family. Like he's not in the
I
family
know,
there, but he's a friend
but
of
he's
Peter.
funny.
Yeah, he did. He is. Mm, I mean,
Moving on. All right, let's get into Scooby Doo for a bit because we haven't talked about that. I love
oh
All right,
yeah,
Scooby Doo. Ever
I do
since I was a
too.
child, I've loved Scooby Doo.
Oh yeah, the old Scooby Doo, like
Yeah,
the 19 something animation one. That's where
yeah.
it's at. The OG Scooby Doo show. That's where
I
it's at.
love I love the OG Scooby Doo. I know like most people like that have seen Scooby Doo. Like I think the first time I ever saw Scooby Doo was the real life, like the real life version they made, and it was so bad that I
Oh
decided
yeah,
to look up Scooby Doo and I watched the old ones, like the old animated TV series. It was very fun to watch.
interesting. Yeah, well, I will say Shaggy and Scooby Doo are the best comedy duo in like that whole
Yes,
series.
yes, especially
Always running away and thinking of food.
yep, especially like Scooby, like, and I've always, I think one of my favorite parts of every episode is when Scooby and Shaggy just get these very large sandwiches and they put it into their, like, their mouth stretch up so long that it just goes
Yeah,
into in one bite.
yeah,
I always laugh whenever I see it because it's funny.
yeah. Like just like that food should not fit in their mouth, and how are they so skinny from eating all this food? Like they clearly don't go to the gym. How? They're just busy solving these mysteries.
Yeah,
How do they have time to go to the gym?
I think their gym is running away from all the monsters they see.
I mean, that
That's
definitely
the only
burns
gym they need.
calories.
That's the only gym they need running away.
Yeah, being scared for their life and running away. I mean, it kind of makes sense. It just, from the logical standpoint that I have of it, it just doesn't fully make sense. But it's a cartoon, so you know.
Also, like, I'm pretty sure Shaggy runs with Scooby in his arms, so, like, dudes probably has muscles under there at some point.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably carrying like a 200-pound dog,
Yeah.
and he's a
Must-
twig.
Oh, yeah,
Now
the
it would
anyone's.
make more sense if he was Ultra Instinct Shaggy.
Yes. Ultra Instinct Shaggy from, like, what's it called?
Memes.
Multiverses.
Yeah, and it was like at the end of like the Mortal Kombat animated movie or something.
Yeah.
The Warner Brothers one.
Yeah,
I could
alright.
I could find a clip and show you if you want.
Yeah, maybe at some other point.
Yeah,
But,
not right now.
yeah, we had some, like, after the podcast, we can probably pull
Yeah,
up some clips and stuff.
funny moments.
Yeah. Alright, anyone have any opinions on the Tom and Jerry series? The classic Tom and Jerry cartoons?
Love it. Every episode, something new, something funny, like something random. It's funny.
yeah, it's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Especially when there's like a third party coming in, that just means like
Yeah.
more rivalry and more like chaos. Love it.
Alright. I want to since AK hasn't said much, I want to hear AK's opinion. AK, I'm allowing you to speak. Go ahead.
oh, yeah.
Did you mute him?
No, I did not. I think he muted
Uh,
himself.
AK,
Oh, God.
AK.
go. Wake up.
Yes.
Okay. Oh.
What are your
What's your
opinions on Tim and
opinion
Jerry,
on
my guy?
It was my classic childhood movie. TV show.
Movie. Eesh. I was gonna say they did make a movie, but I don't think they had it back then.
No, they do.
Yeah, no.
They have multiple like cartoon movies, and then they have like a 3D animated movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Alright. Anyone want to
Alright.
give any opinions
I,
on any of
f-
the shows we talked about?
I feel like
mean,
I feel like Tom is just like letting this happen too often. Like he really could, if he wanted to, he really could just like call an exterminator and get rid of Jerry. But no, no. I mean, he
Well, I
did.
mean,
He did, but he called the wrong exterminator twice.
he did? Huh?
Yeah. He
What did
called
I
a bunch of
miss?
other cats to exterminate them, and then he called
Oh, okay.
one cat with a shotgun to exterminate. That didn't work. So
Well,
he should call like an actual professional.
yeah, I mean, it's pretty, like, you
But then
know,
there would be no more Jerry.
yeah.
Everyone loves
I mean,
Jerry.
it makes kind of sense that they didn't, like, catch Jerry, but yeah, it's a series for children, so that kind of
Yeah,
makes sense.
yeah. Sorry if I was
Yeah,
talking over you. I just wanted to make a point.
yeah.
oh, it's okay.
Mm.
Uh, uh, I wonder, like, if never mind. I guess I could talk about this
No,
at some
no,
other point.
no, no.
Uh,
Go ahead.
I was
Fine.
gonna ask, like, if Tom versus like Shaggy, who would win, 1v1?
Obviously, Shaggy. He would punt Tom to the sun.
That's what I
Yeah.
said. Probably.
Now, if
Poor
Tom had
thing.
Jerry, there might be a problem. Tom by himself, he's getting punt. Tom with Jerry, he might have some difficulty.
Yeah, probably. The duo is like OP. They probably
Yeah,
beat. Yeah. All
beat
right.
beat him senseless.
All right. If anyone has anything else to add, they can put it in either the YouTube chat that I hope someone of us is monitoring, and you can also put it in like our general pod chat on Discord. Also join the Discord because that's where you get on the announcements and you can join us and talk to us.
Yeah. You don't have to if you don't want to. It's optional, but like if you want
But,
to, it's there.
yeah. All right. If no one has anything else to add, I guess.
Not about Tom and Jerry, no. Other than it's like hella funny.
Like I'm not talking just specifically on Tom and Jerry. I'm talking about like any other TV show. I guess.
Oh, Looney Tunes maybe? It's
Yeah,
kind
we
of
can.
similar.
Yeah, Looney Tunes. Anyone?
A lot more dialogue though.
Yeah. If anyone wants to add any, Loki, since you brought it up, I guess you could give an opinion on the Looney Tunes. I guess.
All right, so like I will say my three favorite characters. Uh, Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, and Elmer Fudd. Like an episode with all three of those in them, I'm like watching that like 3 times over. I just think it's so funny every single time. Doesn't matter how old I am, and I'm 17 now, obviously. I still find it funny. Like, see, Looney Tunes, like it was like made like back in whenever, and
Yeah.
it's still funny to this day. Like I know a lot of people who still love it and watch it, and like I know it's like the reruns are like on TV now, but like back when it was like first like released like around like every like Sunday or whatever it was
Yeah.
released, it was
I
like
think it
what
was
kids
like the most
looked
popular
forward to.
thing.
Yeah, it was what kids looked forward to every day.
All right. Okay.
It was like their favorite show at that time.
Yeah, yeah. I think like I may be like even though I'm 20, I still like watch from time to time. Uh I think it was like Daffy Duck and I tried my best to watch as many kind of like Looney Tunes stuff as much as possible, especially like I think I've watched the original Space Jam. Like that was originally
Oh, yeah, the Space Jam. I haven't seen the other one. I saw the original. Yeah, Michael's
uh,
secret stuff is water, by the way.
yes. The original Space Jam was very fun to watch. It felt like it was so
Yeah,
like felt like something that was like classical to watch at like any point in time. Anytime you were like ever just like
yeah.
wanted something like a chill movie to watch that's classical, I would always put
S-
that one.
Yeah, something fun to watch on like a nice like Saturday evening or Sunday morning or whenever. It doesn't matter when. it's just something that you can watch over and over again and still love. Like no one gets like tired of like stuff like that. Everyone loves Looney Tunes and like things like
Yeah.
that.
All right.
I
Okay.
don't know a single person who doesn't. And if you don't, I'm sorry if I offended you. But that's just my personal take. Don't everyone talk at once.
All right. Okay. I guess let's just move on to our next main topic, which should be Gravity Falls. Again, if anyone has anything they want to add or say about any of like the uh any like animated TV show at all, they can always just like put it into the pod chat and we can like quickly switch between back and forth as much as possible. Anyways,
Yeah. I
all
don't
right.
really know much about Gravity Falls. I like watched like what 3 episodes and then I haven't finished it at all. I do know like from like what I've seen on like YouTube and whatever, like the two like old grandpa uncle looking guys are brothers. I do
Yeah.
know that. And that
Okay.
the two short people are twins, right?
Yeah. They're so basically, if anyone hasn't seen Gravity Falls before, basically the entire premise of the show is the little boy and little girl on the show are twin brothers called, I don't remember. I think it was Maple and I don't remember
I feel
the
like
main
it's
character's
Dan.
name.
I feel like it's Dan. I feel like his name is Dan. I'm
Yes,
sorry if
yes.
it's not, and if I offended anyone with anything I've said so far about the show, I am sorry. I have not watched the show fully.
Alright.
Don't hate me.
Fine, it's fine. So basically, if anyone hasn't seen the show, it's basically this little boy and girl called Dipple and Mabel Pines were sent during their summer vacation. They were sent off to live with their great uncle, or as they call him, Grunkle Stan, who owns this mystery shack called it's just called the Mystery Shack, and it's a tourist attraction in the town of Gravity Falls. But basically, the town of Gravity Falls itself is like a center of, or as like one of the villains called it, a center of paranormal activity. So like they in the like the town, they it was always believed that the town was like haunted, or the town had some kind of like monstrous beings inside, which is true because there lived inside of it like a bunch of stuff like gnomes. I'm pretty sure there was a unicorn. In one of the episodes they dealt with a ghost inside of a supermarket that like that like got people high, and not high, but like got Maple so like onto a sugar rush that I think she went hallucinated herself into a dream town and just started eating her own arm.
Mm,
Don't worry, no one was harmed on the show. It was always like any
mm.
kind of action is just usually not, because since it's a Disney show, they can't show anything like violent.
Can't really show like anything like detrimental to someone's life.
But basically, like the entire show's premise is that after like one season is that they discover that the more and more that they like discover mysteries, they have to find these like books, because these three books because these three books like had like all you needed to figure out about all the monsters in the town. After a while, they discovered that the books was written by Grunkle Stan's brother, the actual Grunkle Stan.
The
Apparently, for some reason,
original.
the original Grunkle Stan that was stuck in some other dimension, and for some reason, our like the Grunkle Stan we've had for the entire season is called Grunkle Stanley. And
Oh,
once he found out his brother got stuck in another dimension, he came and take over his life and became quote unquote Grunkle Stan. I know it's confusing, and like the first time I saw it, I was half confused, like who's actually Grunkle, who's the actual Grunkle, and who is the other twin, and then I had to wrap my head around it. Eventually, like they deal with this triangle monster thing called,
the Illuminati.
not the Illuminati. It has the shape of the Illuminati, but it's not. It's called the
Robert.
Cipher.
Ah,
and they believe that like he was the one that like set all these chains of events inside the entire Gravity Falls town,
I mean,
and
it makes sense. I mean, he's like a dancing Dorito.
dancing Dorito. Yes. The thing is, this dancing Dorito's too OP to like do anything with, because this actually dancing Dorito can take over minds, can just literally basically open the doors to hell inside the city, and did a
What
bunch
is
of
he,
other
Wanda
stuff.
Maximoff?
Basically, but like like almost similar to that, but I think that Bill Cipher just wanted to spread all of the monsters that were like in his quote unquote dimension and spread them out into the city. But he couldn't leave the area because, as I said, Gravity Falls was like had this huge paranormal bubble around it that didn't allow any monsters to leave.
Mm.
There's a lot of stuff in it. It just takes a while to like understand. I literally couldn't understand the first time. I had to watch it like twice to understand.
Well, I guess I should watch it then. Well, continue watching it, I should say.
Yeah. Anyway, so if anyone has seen the show and would like to give their opinions, they're more than welcome to. You can. All right. Loki, if as far
Who's the
as you've
fat
seen
guy?
the show, who's
Who's
the
the
what?
fat guy again? Who's the fat guy again?
You can say that. I have like if you have a picture, I could probably help you, but I don't know. Like there's so
You
many
know,
people.
like yeah, I don't know. I could probably find something.
Oh yeah, that is. I know who he is. He's like he's Grunkle Stans. He's like the one that runs the store after like mostly runs the store. He starts off as a person that helps Grunkle Stan around the store, and he kind of just yes, Seuss. His name is Seuss.
Hmm.
He helps around the store and stuff, and just makes sure that everything is like working fine and fixes
All
everything.
right.
He's also very nice and plays lots of Dungeons and Dragons.
Ah, sounds like a nice guy.
Yeah.
Playing Dungeons and Dragons in a place where there's probably actual like Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. Uh, I see that like on our Discord chat, Scarlett says she loves the show. Scarlett, you wanted to say any opinions that I can voice out loud for you? While she's typing, I guess I can give my opinions while
Please
she's typing.
stand by.
Please stand. We can
Please
do a
stand
good
for the
Jeopardy
Pledge of
music.
Allegiance.
Ta-da-da-ta.
No, 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 no. I hear that too many times.
Yeah. Apparently, Scarlet Fry on our Discord chat says that it deserves more seasons, and I definitely agree. I feel like after 2 seasons, they probably should have done more. Like I'm so upset that they ended after 2 seasons. They
I, th-
probably should have gotten like way more seasons.
I think Star Wars: The Clone Wars should have more seasons, but they stopped at 7.
Yeah. I think the thing with like these animated TV shows is that once their like season and everything finishes, once they're like finished the story, I think it's kind of like hard to start a new one. Like I'm gonna give
They
an
wait.
example with like
It,
non-related like animated TV shows, but like the same way that the same way like comic books and other stuff, like whenever they finish their like huge storylines and have these huge events like Crisis on Infinite Earths or I don't know, Dark Multiverse or any kind of thing from like any kind of comic books, they always have to go back to basics, and it's kind of like hard to start off something from the very beginning all over again. So it's kind of just, eventually it ends up being way too big to start over again.
yeah, and it also depends on like the audience's like reaction to it. If the audience wants more, they'll probably give you like something else like that
Yeah.
relates to it. Probably not like a whole like full thing, but like a conclusion that they're happy with. Yeah, but yeah. That I think that's what they do also, from what I've seen.
Well, like also sometimes they go like as Scarlett just said that they have I mean like not Scarlett Dusk said that they probably have comics of it, like sometimes they might continue like comics. I know that they actually also have video games that have like extended plot lines that make no sense for some reason. And that's
Storylines don't match up, is what you're
yeah.
saying, right? Mm, yeah, that's the real drag down to it. Drag down. What am I saying?
Yeah.
Did that even make sense?
Yeah, no, cool.
Well, yeah. I haven't seen it, but I suppose it should get some more seasons. Gravity
Yeah,
Falls.
it definitely should. I mean, like I am
Well,
I
I
am
haven't
very
not seen. I just haven't seen it fully.
I've seen like I've seen all of it and I love the entire storyline. It's always very fun to watch. It's like one of the in my opinion it feels like there are three big TV shows like Adventure Time, Gravity
Uh,
Falls, and regular show. Like all three TV shows have these like huge audiences that got most people into animation and stuff. So, in my opinion, I feel like these shows should have like, especially like Gravity Falls, since it ended after two seasons. I feel like uh, Gravity Falls specifically needs more showtime and needs more episodes because it's kind of a huge ass thing that most people like watch nowadays. Yeah, that's my opinion. But what about people's favorite episodes? Anyone got any favorite episodes or favorite moments they want to talk about?
uh, I think like my favorite moments from like Looney Tunes is where Bugs Bunny like basically like tricks like Elmer Fudd or Yosemite Sam into like blowing themselves up or something, you know. It's very violent, but it's funny. Would recommend watching those episodes if you can find them. I don't know if you can.
In my opinion, I feel like in my opinion that my favorite episodes of the entire series was the supermarket episode, and I think my second favorite episode would be the second episode of the series dealing with like not the Loch Ness monster and stuff, which was very funny because it ended up being a robot.
A robot.
Yeah, it was ended up being a robot underneath the ocean just scaring people, which is very funny to me. Because like, why would you build a robot and just go underwater with it and scare everyone?
Someone who does not have like a purpose to what they're doing right at that moment.
Yeah.
They like have
Makes you
nothing better to do.
feel like too much chaos at once,
Yeah.
which was very fun. But yeah, I've also liked, as I said, the supermarket episode because like it felt like Ghostbusters. Felt like watching a little bit of kind of like similar to Ghostbusters, but without like actually like getting rid of the ghost. At the end of the day, just felt like the store owners kind of felt like they were too old and couldn't let go of their store, so they had to like haunt the kids inside the store, which just made me laugh. Like, why would you haunt the kids inside your own store like from long ago? Isn't that kind of like against the point?
Yeah, it's kind of counterproductive. Like you want people to be attracted to like what you're selling and you want them to buy it, so why are you trying to scare them away?
Hmm.
Doesn't make any sense. But it's cartoon, so whatever.
Oh yeah. Also, I remember that most people did a uh, a Gravity Falls. I mean, the creators actually did a Gravity Falls like ARG where they had people like running around the city of or like going to different places and discovering mysteries and solving clues, and it was actually seemed very fun.
Scooby Doo over there.
Yeah, if anyone doesn't know what an ARG is, it's like if it's like an alternate reality game where it may seem real and may look real, but it's not. It's like a video game in real life. You get to meet actual people and you get to like solve mysteries, help the actual quote unquote creators of the thing, and
Mm.
they kill people.
I was gonna say, is it a gun? Because AR, assault
not.
rifle. Sorry. The I don't know what I was thinking. It
ARG
must be
stands for alternate reality game.
yeah, must be the
86
American part of me.
for all of us, 863 was an ARG because it was an alternate reality.
Ah, oh yeah, right.
863 was an ARG. I think a few ARGs that I've heard of is like the one that inspired my username, which is
Habit.
Marble Hornet.
Oh,
Marble Hornet's one of the like the big villains in that like ARG was called Habit.
Mm.
He was apparently a demon that
But
just would possess people.
yeah, but can we all agree that a Project X it's at 863 animated series would be awesome? Can we all agree on that?
Yes, I would definitely agree on that. I will put money
Yeah.
on that.
I would put money on that.
All
What
right.
money you say? None, because I have none. Well, not none. Very little.
I will put my $5 into it.
I'll give you $3.
Yes, I would definitely do that. All right. Does anyone have anything else to say on the topic of like any animated TV show or or Gravity Falls or it's 863 ARG? Go ahead, AK. AK says yes. He has an opinion. Go ahead. You're in the chat. You could just say it.
Yeah, just speak, dude.
AK.
Did you mute yourself again? Hello.
AK, stop muting yourself. It's not fun.
Okay, we know you're there.
I am relaxing my throat.
Yes, yes. As we, if y'all don't know, AK is very sick, so he's probably trying his best to clear his throat and make sure that it's good for all of us. After you, AK. I'm sorry. Thank you for recording this, by the way, even though you're sick.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. So anyway, wait, what were we asking him again?
Your opinions on Gravity Falls or any other TV show we talked about.
Oh, right, yeah.
AK, you muted himself again.
Oh boy. Well, I guess we're moving on from that.
You guys can talk. Don't worry about me.
No, you said you wanted to give your opinion, so go ahead if you whatever opinion you want to give on anything we've talked about so far, or any other TV show you want to bring up.
Which TV show?
For now we're talking about Gravity Falls, so you can give your opinion on Gravity Falls.
I never watched it.
So no opinion.
No
Yeah.
opinion.
0.
All right. Since no one has anything else to say, I guess that's it for tonight. Thank you all so much for watching.
I will say, if anyone out there has not watched any of these animated like series or movies or shows or whatever, you should go watch them. They're pretty good.
Yeah. All
It's
right.
just a little disclaimer. That's all.
Okay. So on that note, I think we're done with this episode. Thanks to everyone for listening and tuning in and talking to us and chatting about the any of our favorite animated TV shows. Tune in for our next episode, which will be out like in about 2 weeks. Also tune in soon because we will also be doing since Halloween's coming up at the end of the month, we also might be doing a like horror night or like a horror like episode podcast since it is Halloween. And we're all gonna be talking about like horror movies. If anyone has any opinions on any horror movies, they're more than welcome to tell us about it and share it with us.
Yeah.
Also, make sure to join us. We have game night every Thursdays on our servers, so you're more than welcome to join. On that note, I think that's it for on my end, unless anyone wants to add anything before we, head out.
If you guys had a good time watching this as much as we had enjoyed like talking about all this,
Yeah.
remember you are loved and appreciated by everyone that you know.
Yeah.
Have a good
Alright.
night, everyone,
On that
or
note,
good day wherever you are
good
watching
night.
this.
On that note, good night, good day, good evening, and I'll see y'all later. Peace out.
Bye.
Bye.
Bonjour.
Okay, now is where you